First question is from the Free Range Chicken. How would you compare calisthenics to weight training for building muscle, improving health, and general wellness?
Well, okay, so first off, you want to understand that the umbrella of resistance training covers calisthenics as well as weights or bands or machines. It's a style of training in which you're using resistance with the sole goal of building strength and building muscle. Okay, so when we compare calisthenics to weight training, they do look different. However, you can manipulate your body with calisthenics to create some pretty high-tension, heavy-style exercises, especially when you use a tool like a suspension trainer. When you have a suspension trainer, you now have a whole bunch of different exercises that open up to you, and all of them are muscle building. Now, some of the best muscle building exercises are ones with barbells, but there's also some body weight muscle building exercises that are up there with some of the best ones. I mean, a pull-up, for example, is a body weight exercise, and that could be considered calisthenics, and that's extremely valuable. A dip is another. A handstand push-up, for example, is another phenomenal exercise.
It's a tough one.
It's all resistance training, and unless you're a specific type of athlete or your goals are very, very, very specific, like you're a bodybuilder, you compete in bodybuilding, or you're a power lifter, or you're a kettlebell, expert or whatever, your best bet is to use a mix of different forms of resistance training, and that'll develop a very balanced, aesthetic looking physique for most people. So I love bodyweight exercises in combination with weights. And suspension trainers are your best bet with that.
I think, if you think suspension trainers and then trying to find, more ways to progress through that. If you look at, there was a big trend for this for a while with like those bar athletes and, the calisthenic kings and people like that were really kind of showing a whole new wave of intensity with, that they were adding to these bodyweight type exercises and using the bar for all kinds of different moves and things. So there is a valid way to really progress just by using your own body weight. However, I think a lot of people are more familiar with weights and how to program that. This is kind of another thing that's a little bit more niche and unique.
I mean, if you're a coach, if you're a good coach, this belongs in every routine. Whether you intermittently have body weight exercises built into their weight training routine, or you actually have phases where you go through where you make your client spend 2, 3, 4 weeks of just doing body weight exercises. No matter how you drum it up, as a good coach, it belongs somewhere in almost everybody's routine, unless you have a very specific goal, like Sal said. And by specific, it's like sport specific, because even if you have a specific goal, like I want to lose 30 pounds or I want to build 10 pounds of muscle, those belong in there just for overall health and longevity. So if you're a coach, this has got to be something you intermittently put into the routine, or make sure you always keep somewhat these body weight exercises. If you're a consumer or a listener and you build your own routine, it's important that you do these. It's important that you incorporate them. There's too much benefit in training body weight type of training, calisthenics, to not do them at all whatsoever, even if you think that your main goal is to build muscle and that's not the fastest way potentially to build muscle. If it's something you never do, it absolutely is. It's just like the novelty that we talk about, the importance of that for the body to adapt and keep changing. If you're always using the same machines or always doing the same exercises and training in the same modality, and you never utilize some of these tools like this, like a suspension trainer or doing a calisthenic type of phase, you're really missing out on a lot of benefits.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you work out primarily with weights, and let's say you signed up for MAP suspension. So now MAP suspension is all suspension training. You can expect to gain some muscle. You should expect to gain a little bit of muscle, mobility, and a different type of strength, because it's a different type of resistance training. So they're all when you look at that whole umbrella again of resistance training, if each one has its strengths and its weaknesses, but I think the point that we're making that's real important is don't limit yourself to one. Utilize all of them, and again, you'll develop a very balanced, aesthetic, functional physique from doing that.